Is she secretly hoping you'll make a move? Watch out for these 7 hidden signs that she's actually waiting for you to take action. From playful touches to lingering eye contact, these signals are screaming for your attention. Don't miss out on the chance. Learn how to read her cues and make your move. All right, let's dive into the 7 hidden signs she's waiting for you to make a move. These subtle, often unspoken signals are exactly how she's trying to show you that she's interested, without coming on too strong. If you're able to pick up on these hints, you'll be one step closer to making that move with confidence, knowing she's already hoping for it. Let's start with something incredibly powerful and simple. She points out similarities between you. Now, this one can feel subtle, but it's incredibly intentional when it happens. If she keeps bringing up how much you have in common, "Oh, wow, you like that restaurant too, I love it," or "No way, we both love hiking in that area," she's giving you a direct opening. And think about it. No one would go out of their way to point out every little shared interest unless they were genuinely interested in building a connection. She's showing you that there's a foundation, some common ground you could build on. She's saying, "Hey, look, we'd be great together because we already share these interests." When she does this, take it as a green light. Don't brush it off as just friendly chatter. These hints are a way of showing you she's invested enough to remember the details you share and even suggest, indirectly, that you could explore these interests together. If she's frequently pointing out these shared likes, she's making it easier for you to suggest a casual hangout or even a real date. Now, moving on to sign 2, she walks with a little extra sway in her hips when she's around you. This one is classic, and you'll recognize it once you see it. Picture it like this. You're chatting, or maybe you're sitting nearby, and she walks past, but there's just something different about her stride. Her walk seems a little exaggerated, almost as if she's putting on a show. Women don't usually plan this. It's often completely subconscious. But when we're around someone we're attracted to, we naturally want to make an impression, and it can come out in how we move. So if you notice her hips have a little extra sway, or there's something almost like a catwalk vibe when she's near you, she's not just passing by, she's hoping you'll notice her and maybe think, "Wow, she looks amazing." This movement, even if slight, can be incredibly intentional without her realizing it, especially if it's only happening when she's around you. Don't miss this one. Next time she walks by, pay attention to that confident stride. Now let's talk about prolonged eye contact. Eye contact is one of the most powerful nonverbal ways we can communicate attraction, and it's an instinctive way to connect with someone we're interested in. For example, when she's talking with you, does she hold your gaze just a few seconds longer than usual? It's not always a long, piercing stare. Sometimes it's just the tiniest hesitation before she looks away. Or maybe she'll glance at you across a room and linger a little longer than a typical glance. This prolonged eye contact is her way of telling you she's interested and wants you to make the next move. Studies even show that prolonged eye contact can create feelings of attraction between people because it's intimate and personal. So if she's holding eye contact with you more than usual, or if there's a flicker of warmth in her gaze, that's a major sign she wants to connect. In those moments, use her openness as your cue to approach, start a conversation, or even take things to the next level. All right, on to sign 4, and it's a big one. She finds ways to touch you. This might sound small, but touch is one of the clearest indicators of interest. It could be something as subtle as a light tap on your arm when she laughs at your joke, brushing your hand when she hands you something, or even a playful push. Women tend to be a little more reserved with physical touch, especially if they're not interested. But if she's going out of her way to find small ways to make contact, it's because she's feeling a natural attraction. We're hardwired to want physical closeness with people we're interested in, and she's letting you know this with every accidental touch. Let's say she's giving you a playful nudge after a funny comment, or she leans in and her hand lingers on your arm. All these moments might feel small, but they're intentional. Touch creates a sense of closeness, and if she's frequently finding these little moments to make contact, it's her subtle way of asking you to make a move. Moving on to sign 5, she catches your eye and quickly looks away, usually down. This is a classic sign of attraction, and it's almost instinctual. It's a mix of nervousness and excitement, two emotions that go hand in hand when there's interest involved. She's likely trying to gauge your reaction without being too direct. If she catches you looking at her, she might immediately drop her gaze to the floor or turn away, only to glance back up again soon after. It's a subconscious way of saying, "I noticed you. Did you notice me?" Women might do this just a few times. They're testing the waters. And here's something important. If you don't respond by engaging or showing interest back, she might think you're not into her and stop sending these signals altogether. So when you see her looking at you only to quickly look away, know that this is her invitation. She's hoping you'll smile, make eye contact back, or even start a conversation. Don't let her feel like she's being ignored. Show her that you've noticed and are ready to connect. All right, the sixth sign is one of the strongest, and it's the way she gives all her attention to you. When she's genuinely interested, you become her main focus. This isn't just polite interest, it's focused attention. Maybe you're in a group setting or at a social event, and you notice that she isn't checking her phone or getting distracted. Instead, her attention is on you. Maybe she's left her friends to talk with you, or perhaps she's so engaged in your conversation that she doesn't even notice what's going on around her. She might not even realize it, but if she's invested in every word you're saying, it's because you're her priority in that moment. Women are often multitasking mentally, but if she's making you her main focus, she's interested. This is a strong sign that she's open to deeper interaction. So take this opportunity to dive into meaningful topics, ask her out, or show her you're just as interested. Lastly, sign 7 is all about body language, specifically the way she positions her body toward you. Humans naturally orient themselves toward things or people they want. If her body, especially her feet, are pointed at you, even if she's chatting with someone else, it's a big sign of interest. Our feet subconsciously show where our attention and thoughts are. She might not even be aware of it, but if her feet or body are directed toward you, it's because you're on her mind. Open body language, like uncrossed arms and a relaxed posture, also shows comfort and interest. So if she's facing you, even subtly, while talking to someone else, her thoughts are still with you. This might seem like a small detail, but body language can reveal attraction just as much as words or glances. It's as if her entire presence is saying, "I'm here for you." Notice her positioning. It's her way of keeping you within her circle of interest. These 7 signs are your map to understanding when she's hoping you'll make a move. From the way she finds common ground to that irresistible eye contact. Each of these clues is a nudge toward connection. By recognizing these cues, you're not only becoming more aware of her interest, but you're also showing her that you're attuned to her, making the whole interaction much more natural. So, the next time you notice these hints, don't hesitate. Use the moment to start a deeper connection. She's already waiting for it, and now you're equipped to take the next step confidently.